So what is up, guys? Welcome to a new POV video. Today you join me inside Mercedes Benz GLE. So big thanks to Mercedes Mercurius, which is the local Mercedes Benz dealership out here in Zanin, for once again allowing me another opportunity to do a video on one of their cars. So yeah, let's jump into the POV. Now this is the GLE 300D engine specification. So it's a 2.9 liter turbo diesel motor. It's a 4-cylinder, and it makes about 180-ish kilowatts, which is around 245 horsepower thereabout, and 500 Newton meters of torque. So it has the 9G Tronic automatic transmission, which is a 9-speed auto box, which with some multi-plate clutches, something like that, but it's actually a really good transmission. So we're currently driving on a sort of highway type of road, and yeah, I do quite like the very raised driving position in this car. Like, you sit very tall above pretty much every other car. Like, for example, this Toyota I-Gear, I think it's called. I can actually see the roof line of the car. So yeah, a tall driving experience is always very pleasant and very cool. Makes it easy also for you to see your surroundings. So yeah, the cabin is actually quite nice, like the brushed aluminium inside here. You can actually spec materials like carbon fiber, which is insane because this is a non-AMG model. You can also get all sorts of wood materials, and yeah, interior cabin in all these latest generation Mercedes-Benz cars is just next level. So currently, okay, there's a car approaching behind me. Just going to let it pass. So I think last time I checked I was driving in sport. Okay, yeah, so currently driving in sport, and if I go, okay, I'm doing about 100 kilometers an hour. So if I go foot flat, transmission kicks down, and the torque feels actually quite nice. So the performance is quite good in here. It's a very fast car, so performance is adequate enough for just a regular car, if you want to call it that. Sound insulation is very good. Another thing I noted is the brake pedal is actually quite progressive. I've learned in the very new cars like the latest C-Class, which have a mild hybrid assist, the brake pedal can feel very dead for the first few centimeters of the travel distance. It feels quite weird in a way because they do have some kind of regen effect. I'm not really sure, but the brake pedal feels very weird on those cars. And here it feels very progressive. You have all the braking power that you need, and if you go really hard on the brake, the performance is quite good because the brake's actually quite big. So I'm quite enjoying this SUV type of driving position. I think the first time I really experienced a driving position like this was in the Land Rover Defender, that also had a very tall driving position, which is quite cool. One thing to note, this car being tall, it doesn't actually roll or feel floaty or boaty. It rides really well, although I'm not necessarily driving at the limit. I'm just driving at normal road speed, or I'm driving at the speed limit. But yeah, coming to a stop sign, we have a chance to experience how the car pulls away. So I'm gonna come to an actual stop. So if we pull away now, so this being a diesel motor, the motor itself isn't actually quite loud from the inside, because diesel motors can be very rattly and very loud, but this, it just sounds like pretty much any other engine. It's quiet enough, it's not intrusive or drony, it's yeah, quite pleasant. There's currently a triangle down there that's for the emergency braking system. So if I get too close to the car in front without braking, the car will automatically brake. But I don't want to demonstrate a feature like that, just in case things go wrong. So yeah, am I going first? Okay, I'm a bit confused. So yeah, I wouldn't want to demonstrate a feature like that, but let's just trust that if you are in that situation, the car will actually stop. But I actually do trust that it will stop. It actually notifies you before, like the closer you get to the car in front of you, it will make like a beeping sound, and if you don't react, that's where the car will actually come to a halt. But yeah, driving through bumps, I mean, it rides so pleasant. And this being the GLE, it actually shares platforms with the likes of the GLS in terms of chassis and so on. So you can also get it with like, oh, it's a bit jolty on a rough bump, but you can also spec it with air suspension, which yeah, I can't imagine how nice that would be, because this is just the normal suspension system and it feels pleasant enough. So yeah, going through speed humps, no problem whatsoever. It's very nice. It's actually quite enjoyable to drive. Actually, I'm gonna flick it back into comfort. And also, fuel economy is really good. When I was leaving the dealership about, when was it? About an hour ago or so, the fuel range was around 323 kilometers, and we drove for a distance of, I'm not really sure what the distance is, but I'll estimate around 11 kilometers. And the car has been on for most of the time because I wanted to shoot like the daytime running lights and stuff like that. So for the longest of time the engine was running, and now the fuel range is reading 318 kilometers. I guess that's the benefit of getting a diesel motor, so it's very, very efficient. I'm not really sure what the actual fuel consumption claim figure is, but I know the fuel tank size is about 80 liters, and Mercedes claims this car has a total range of about 1067 kilometers, which is a lot. I think in the real world you'll be able to do 900 kilometers no problem whatsoever. But yeah, we're currently at the dealership right now, and yeah, I really do hope you guys enjoyed this POV video. And until next time, that's cheers from me.